Hey classic plant fans, welcome to part 2 of my video covering the dispersal seal of the Robert Wilson Caterpillar collection. Probably the greatest collection of classic Caterpillar crawlers ever to be seen in Europe. Definitely a world-class attraction. This dispersal seal was like being at a show. In fact, better than many shows that I've been to. Tinged with a little bit of sadness as the owner has passed away, and this was, as noted, the dispersal of this collection. Here you can see the enormity and scale of his lifetime's work. And we'll get you back on the ground and have a little look at some of the machines leaving the site. I'm really kicking myself that I didn't book in and stay the week to see all of the items leaving the site, as it was a hive of activity with non-running crawlers being dragged to cranes and being loaded onto large trucks, HGVs, low loaders, etc. So I'm really gutted that I didn't stay for the main auction day and stay to video all of the action, getting some of these heavy bits of kit loaded up and away. So we'll start with a few clips from my cousin Malcolm. He went over to bring one load of our one lots home. You can see here, a few days after the main sale, a lot of the crawlers have left site. Would have been really incredible to see large items being dragged to the crane by this D9, which was retained until the very end of the clearance. Its primary function was to drag large and heavy non-runners toward the crane for loading onto large trucks, low loaders, HGVs. There's also a little tractor dragging non-runners around and smaller items. And I dread to think where this poor little critter ended up. Here's one of the trucks leaving site. It looks like these are going to a good home. You see a trailer suspension and chassis getting a good testing here over the hump. Really realise how fortunate it was that the weather was good and dry. You can imagine carrying out these tasks in wet and soft, soggy fields and conditions. It would have been an absolute nightmare. Let me know in the comments if you're at the sale, or if you know what happened, any of the rough examples such as these, whether they ended up in the scrap or not. I'd love to know. Drop a comment. So we're just going to flip back to the Friday. This was the day before the main crawler sale. The Friday was the day that all the loose parts on pallets were sold. It was also the day that we were there to view the crawlers. So we got home on Friday night quite late, and we had to hurriedly try and decide if there was items that we were going to bid on. It was quite frantic because the auction was first thing in the morning. We were trying to tally the catalogue item numbers to what we had seen the day before. So we were literally making decisions as the hammer dropped. We went to the auction preview viewing day purely to see such a spectacle. We didn't really have any intentions to view, to buy, but once we got there and seen the sheer quantity of machines on offer, it soon became apparent that A, many were very appealing, and B, the sheer quantity on offer would probably result in a couple of bargains to be had. So fast forwards about 4 days, and the first truck arrived in our yard. It was unexpected first thing in the morning, and I had to scramble the forklift to try and get things unloaded. So here we go. So I bet on the old JCB telehandler having enough guts to lift the D4s off a low loader, and thankfully it did. It was a bit of a scramble to find suitable chains and to find suitable lift points that would clear the tin work and not damage it. The idler wheels are quite delicate looking on these old things, and I wasn't happy just putting the chain through the idler wheel. So the chain was laboriously looped down under the idler axle and back up the other side.
Sucker in a wee hair. Sucker into you, Mark. Right. I'll stop her swinging. Just so I get video evidence that if I get accused of damaging tin work, we're all clear. All clear. All clear. Just touching that wee valve block up there. We're clear of the tank. Stressful job doing these things. We load all's just on our limit there. But still maintain they lift way in excess of their competitors in class. Damn good loader. Has to be the guts of 3 ton there. Yeah, hello, Mark. Touchdown. Lovely. Because this one has a cab, I'm worried about the chains touching the roof, so I'm just going to lift it off on a forklift either side. Now we can second Mark. It's must be in gear, so I haven't put it out of gear. I see. Oh dear. I don't think those tracks have rolled in a long time. Good. Go slower, see if she'll stop that jumping. Keep it that. Head on. I don't think those tracks have rolled in a long, long time. Nice little light. I pinched some of the, try and get some parts from the rougher ones and put them on the better ones and make a nice one. So out there, Mark. Out there. Dead on. I think it's actually even an RD7. It's 11.5 litre 4-cylinder. Man, oh man, that is a morning from heaven. It's even better when your stash of toys has arrived. Let's hope that big compressor isn't much more than 3 ton. Unreal. Unreal. Big monster compressor. 3 more crawlers. I believe that's my crawler there. Yeah, it is indeed. That was understood to be the very first crawler restored by Mr. Robert Wilson. So a nice bit of provenance with that. So yeah, I've got to start and unload these by myself. And the trailer has to be clear by lunchtime, so better go and find some chains.
So, thank goodness for Big Bertha. This is our old Henley. I think it's a 10 ton at 24 inch forklift. And I had to brainstorm that the toes would be long enough to reach full width across the top of the crawlers. And because the toes would reach full width across them, it means if I had 4 chains, one essentially on each corner of the crawler, the chains will be straight down and won't interfere with tin work, and will give a really stable, secure lift. So Big Bertha really proved her worth, and was quickly safely able to unload these. I know the JCB wouldn't have been able to lift the compressor as it looked vastly heavier than the crawlers, and the telehandler was already on its limit with the crawlers. So thank goodness for Big Bertha, and her extra capacity really is invaluable around our yard. The bet now is that the back of the trailer is heavy enough that when we lift the D2 off, that the trailer doesn't take a nosedive with the weight of the compressor. So place your bets now. The tracks really were a pain to work with chains, because the chain, when it slipped between the two pads, it was under tension. This made it very hard to get the chain back out from between the track pads. I'm really delighted to get this crawler, as it was said to have been the first one that Robert restored. Now, looking at the crawler and the way it has weathered, I'm assuming that was at least 30 plus years ago. If you know anything about this little crawler, I would love to know. If you drop a comment below, please.
Well, XRAF Henley Hercules, I think it is. I think Hermes is the big one. It's just a low mast on her for into aircraft. The low mast really suits us for picking up large items near the top. You can still get out the workshop door. Brilliant bit of kit. Love that old girl. Best of all, no electronics. 1970s finest. So that was easy ones. Now we've got the big girl. Hope we've got enough height for this. Where do you want her, Drew?
Aye.
I think you'd fancy that old girl alright, wouldn't you?
Ballinhinch Quarry.
Ballinhinch Quarry, send her around.
We'll be drilling tomorrow.
Start drilling a few holes. Do you think she'd have the air for your rig, would she? I would doubt it.
Not the high pressure running.
Oh well, we'll get her.
About a 250 CFM, I think.
Do you think as much as that? Aye.
Might be, yeah.
We'll get the camera set up.
So give us a thumbs up if you're an Uncle Drew fan. Check out my other videos where you can see him in action with his old drilling rig and his big old compressor, which he has kept running with bits bought from scrap yards and made from many different machines. Very interesting character, and always great to hear his opinion on these old machines. I look forward to Drew helping me getting this old girl going at some stage, so stay tuned for that. Click that subscribe button if you want to see that.
Get out of the way! Get drop!
They're on down, Trev. Forget that. Have it like that. Sir, down, Trev! Man, it's hot for Northern Ireland in May. Sweat is lashing. Not complaining. Loving it. That's a big girl. That's heavy. That must be 6 tons. 6 ton, Drew. Must be 6 ton. Looking at the way the big forklift's reacting. much.
Watch that, hit that there one.
Aye, go for that. Do alright.
Push it back, put it in there.
Dead on, Trev.
Do that.
Aye.
Right way.
You near think we're in Aussie land with that weather, wouldn't you?
We are. It's actually warmer here now than it is in Melbourne today.
Really? Aye. What temperature is Melbourne today?
About 16.
16. What do you reckon it is there now? I thought it was a bit similar.
It's winter, but there's
Yeah, 16 degrees here today as well.
there you are.
I think so, thereabouts. Yeah,
Yeah, we're not doing that.
at the minute. Beautiful. Magic. Magic, Trev. Thank you very much.
That's the end of our show.
What? Aye. Lovely. Tell me again, so don't forget. What are you saying? Are they a poppet valve?
The outlet valves and the high pressure, they get very hot,
Right. Even on the piston compressor.
especially on the
Oh,
piston
right.
compressor.
Right. So screw compressor run cooler.
Yes, because it's oiled all the time. There's no valves in it. No
Aye.
valves without valveless.
Yes.
No, they get hot because the interstage, the first pressure goes through a cooler.
Yes. Yes.
That cools the first pressure and then it becomes the high pressure. So there's nothing to cool the high pressure. So they get hot. And that's these old piston compressors. That's the main thing that happened was they burned out.
Right. Right. Okay. What are they just made of steel or?
Just wee flap valves. Yeah, steel flap valves. Wee non-return valves, actually, that's what they are.
She hasn't run in a while, but she's a thing of beauty. See the bearing sizes and all. Big ends. Standard. So 19th of the 6th, 1956. She's a brave age.
I thought should have been older than that.
Big ends. Standard. So it hasn't been oversized. It maybe doesn't have big R's on it.
Well, do you know, Alistair, I'm surprised at that because when I was at school, there was a CP working over there in the quarry with my drill. Charlie Payne, you called him, and it was the next stage up from that. It wasn't as old as that, so that must have been the very last of that model.
Right. Definitely a nice old. It had to be saved. It couldn't go to the scrapyard. And I believe this cat engine is in the region of 11.5 litre, 4-cylinder,
Big piston.
huge. It's the biggest 4-cylinder I know of.
Look at the size of the donkey engine.
The donkey engine is the size of a car engine.
Oh, I'd love to hear this thing. Right?
Yeah. Well, if you're bored, feel free, tinker away.
Oh, nice.
So certainly,
I probably will.
certainly, you fiddle away. We'll
We're starting to hammer.
we'll have flip.
You're starting to hammer.
Very good.
The other one's just got pull
Very
start.
good. Aye, of course. I never even twigged that. Flip. She's some baby.
She's got the belts is as good as new on her.
Aren't
That
they?
thing's got nowhere.
Yeah, it's done nothing. Standby, as you say.
I would be interested to find out if she's seized or not.
Yeah.
Somebody has put that on her
Yeah.
recently. The first thing to find out is if she's seized.
Yeah.
And if she's seized, WD-40 into the pots.
Yeah. And with the compressor seize as well.
It could do.
How many rings would be on the compressor pistons?
2 just.
2, right? No oil
Oh,
ring.
there's an oil ring, yeah.
Right.
A compression ring and an oil ring.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a pity the nameplate's missing off it. But she's fantastic condition otherwise. Like.
If she's seized, that's the first stop is she seized?
And she's
Look at starting handle on that, Alistair.
on the engine.
I
See through the front there, yes. Oh, the handle's sitting here, look. Oh no, it's a pipe. It's an oil pipe.
Well, we'll make a starting handle.
No,
first of all.
I think I see a handle. Hang on. I think I see a handle.
That's for the donkey engine. That's not seized, right?
Well, the donkey engine's not seized.
Good job.
There's hope yet.
Well, the thing to do with... Oh, no, we need to find out if it's seized.
Yeah.
You probably have to put a WWD into the...
Yeah, and the cylinders.
Get them into the cylinders one way or another. You don't really want to take injectors out there. If we get it in some way, get it in through the inlet or something.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, the main problem is now I have to go back to flipping work and finish off that big crusher before I can play to pay for these flipping things.
I'll give you a shout.
Still have to work because YouTube isn't paying good enough to.
I'll give you a shout when I get it running.
Brilliant, brilliant.
That's
No,
what we're
no, it'll be a bit of fun. Keep us entertained, eh? That's what it's all about, isn't it?
There's a wee bit of compression on that.
There's more than the wee flipping D4 there.
Hold on to that to see if it's a spark.
I know. Barry was turning the donkey engine over to that one yesterday. He says, Barry, put your hands behind your back before I touch this. It was some kick off it. Brilliant. Aye.
You were like you, boy.
That's frightening.
Tell you thing, this thing would go to work.
That is frightening.
You can do you shooting me drilling this.
Certainly, absolutely. The more messing about old machines, the better. The big old tanks, like, not even any rust. Like, look at the old hand-welded tank, you know. I love seeing hand-welded machines, you know, everything's robot welded now, you know. But that tank, like, the paint's still on it. The paint's still on the tank.
Yeah.
Frightening. There's your cooler, a big cooler. And
I would have thought that was older than
Yeah.
that, with a solid rubber tank.
yeah, maybe it came out of a quarry with those.
It's been it has been something, but they're cut to ribbons.
Yeah,
So they wouldn't be cut to ribbons if they were on the level
Yeah.
all the time.
even the remains of the wee lights.
Yeah, so it might have been in a quarry.
Unbelievable.
Might have been.
Fantastic. Well, I better get back to flipping work and try and push this job on and get it finished. So we'll catch up later on with this project. We'll have a fiddle with it and see if Drew can work his magic on it. The compressor whisperer. Brilliant. Alright guys, catch you later. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. And if you want to see the next videos following on, trying to get these old girls going, click that subscribe button. You can check out my other socials, Instagram, Facebook, etc. Just search Alistair C123. And yeah, stay tuned for the next ones of some massive engineering, welding, repair video coming up. If that's your scene, that'll be coming along soon. So, as usual, thanks for your support. Till the next time, over and out.